At a House hearing on cybersecurity on July 29th, Congressman Salwell asked experts in the field what would happen if the Cybersecurity Information Act of 2015 was not reauthorized. The CISA Act is a U.S. law that encourages private companies to share cyber threat information with the federal government to enhance national cybersecurity.
Ms. Bolton, your testimony discusses the importance of reauthorizing CISA 2015. What would be the national security impact if the law lapses?
The estimates are that about 80 to 90% of information sharing would be cut off from the federal government. When I was at the Cyberspace Solarium Commission, one of the main things that we tried to do was to make sure that the federal government at least had a full threat picture. And this authority is part of that work, a significant part of that work. And we must reauthorize it. If we are about 2 years away from a contingency with China in 2027, as ODNI has said, then we have to be fully prepared. We have to be taking steps now and not just addressing, the information sharing piece. That should be a baseline. It should be a given. And we should be focused on the additional steps that we need to take. So I hope that that gets reauthorized quickly and that we can move on to some of these other topics that we've been discussing and addressing some of the other extremely serious issues, because China is not waiting. China is preparing now, and so are all our other adversaries.
And Mr. Lee, your experience in the private sector, is there any world where CISA 2015 lapses and a private sector company that has been hit would still be willing to come forward and share information with the Department of Homeland Security?
No, I think it's incredibly important to reauthorize it, and the bidirectional communication from government to private sector, especially on the threat picture overall, is exactly one of the roles and responsibilities that makes a lot of sense.
And then that's because no CISO would be able to go to the DHS without liability protection
Yes.
and their fiduciary duty to the shareholders. I mean, they would be exposing themselves to a lot of risk. Is that right?
Absolutely, and that's actually a broader issue, even looking from a National Guard perspective of could we go in and respond to a utility that gets hit? We have no indemnification to give utilities, so they're not gonna let us touch anything and do any action on it. There are very simple bureaucratic things that can be fixed to increase national security tomorrow.
For more clips like this, stay tuned to Congress Clips, and thanks for watching.